This is Real Weight Loss as told on Reddit, episode 3. My name is Jeremy Colon. This weight loss story comes from the Reddit thread Lose It. The link to that thread will be in the description. 1 year, 70 pounds lost. I am now overweight. Yesterday I was obese for the last time. My stats: male, 26, 6'2", 233 pounds. Starting out, third time's the charm. October 2020, I had just turned 25. I had a fantastic birthday with my friends and family. We drank, ate good food, laughed, watched stupid shows. It was an amazing time. The next morning, my mom sent me the picture of the party, and I realized how fat I was again. Again? Yep, a little backstory. Weight is something I struggled with my entire life. I was a fat child. At 12 years old, I was 170 pounds. Somehow, I actually motivated myself at the age to lose weight and lost 35 pounds down to a normal weight at 135. I slowly gained the weight back until I was 18 and 230 pounds at my full height of 6'2". After moving away to college, though, the weight just sort of came off without any effort or thought on my part, and I was down to my lowest at 185 pounds by 21. And as many of us do in college, I eventually discovered the joys of alcohol addiction. I gained a few pounds with the introduction of Happy Juice, but it was never significant. Hovered around 195, that is until depression hit and alcohol became a daily thing. The amounts kept increasing, the frequency kept increasing, and finally it all accumulated with me drinking 1 liter of Fireball until I blacked out every night. Woke up, threw up until I was puking bile every morning. Took an absurd amount of whatever stimulant I could get my hands on. Caffeine, Adderall, ephedrine, often with caffeine. Went to my job as a mover, skipped class, and then did it all again. Obviously, not a good thing, and clearly not sustainable. I dropped out in my last year of college in November 2018. I moved back to my home state with my parents. I snuck drinks as much as I could and worked random jobs. Pizza delivery, stocking, manual labor. Life was pretty shit. I was depressed and just going through the motions. Stabilizing. Sometime around December 2019, I just sort of stopped drinking. Never really thought about it. Just got tired of feeling like shit all the time and stopped cold turkey. No withdrawals somehow. Got blood work done and liver enzymes were slightly elevated. But they said as long as I stopped, they should go back to normal. I got a job working help desk in February 2020, which turned out to be exactly what I needed. I got on with an amazing team and learned a lot. I didn't know a lot about IT, but I knew programming. I became the automation guy. I got to make a lot of cool scripts and regained some confidence. I started to like myself again. My best friend, whom I met online while I was deep into alcoholism, moved in with my mom temporarily while she was between housing situations. She had stuck with me and talked with me despite me being blackout half the time. Dealt with my bullshit. Still talked with me daily even after I got too drunk and fell asleep on a call with her. I was happy. Losing it. Until I saw that birthday picture, the self-hatred returned. What had I done to myself? My friends got her living arrangement sorted and moved away. Damn. Things got pretty rough again, but I decided I would lose the weight. At first, I just reduced how much I ate. Didn't really track anything or exercise much. I was just focusing on getting moved out of my parents' place and holding my mental health together. but the weight did come off. By March 2021, when I moved out, I was 265 pounds. I thought about what I wanted, thought about how much I wished I had a good body and felt good. Then realized the obvious. I am 25 years old with no major health issues besides being fat as hell. My body plays by the same rules as everyone else's. If I wanted to be fit and athletic, I can be. I just have to force myself to do it. So I methodically made changes. First, I got into the routine of being in a routine. I started making a bed. I did it every damn day to force myself to do something tedious that I didn't want to do. Side note, a freshly made bed to sleep in every night is underrated. Get them hospital corners down, and it's like you're being hugged all night. Once I got used to telling myself to suck it up and do it, I added exercises. Initially, I just did barbell exercises, bench, overhead press, bent over rows, squats, deadlifts. 3 times a week, 3 exercises a day. I was eating a fair amount, so my weight didn't move much, but my strength increased rapidly. So I kept things as they were. After some time, I was happy with where my strength was at. My 1 rep max lifts were 225 bench, 375 squat, 400 deadlift. I was still 260 pounds, but I could tell my body composition was slightly better. Somewhere around this time, I finished my degree as well, so that's cool. It was time to get the diet in check. I decided on 2100 calories. Didn't want to fiddle with macros too much, so I just tried to eat healthy. Rice, chicken thighs, vegetable, eggs, fruits. Every now and then, I would go over due to a family event or eating out with friends, but it was never absurd, and I got right back on it the next day. I added in cardio and isolation exercises. I'm now in the gym 14 hours a week on average. And now, here we are. I am overweight. Conclusion. So why do I care? I've been here before, right? Not exactly. My previous weight loss attempts were all about losing the weight. Didn't care about anything else except the scale moving. This time, I'm determined to reach athleticism. I want to have a good body, and I want to be able to use it. I want to be able to run faster and far, jump high, be flexible, and all that. Not just be skinny fat, but at a normal BMI. So no, I haven't been here before, and this is a big deal because it's the last time I will ever transition from obese to overweight. Now, the unfortunate conclusion. What drives me right now is the self-hatred that resurfaced 1 year ago. It's still there. I still hate my body. I take off my shirt and feel nothing but disgust right now. I hate myself for taking so long to get my degree. I hate myself for drinking myself stupid every night for a year and destroying my body. I know getting fit isn't going to bring self-love, but right now, it's the one thing I hate about myself that I have absolute control over, so I'm changing it. Thanks for reading. Stories like this are really powerful in the sense that when the person is honest, when the person is vulnerable, when the person pretty much lays it all out, you can really understand and really feel for this. The person in the story is a person who has struggled with weight loss all their life and has done everything they possibly could, head at the wall, everything to just figure it out. And for those who are listening to this, who are more or less dealing with the same, weight loss is hard. Weight loss can be a struggle. Weight loss can be the most confusing thing in the world, especially if you believe that you are doing everything right. And weight loss at the end of the day comes down to trade-offs. What makes the most sense as far as sacrifices to do now, to endure now for a better future? And that could be a combination of nutrition, sacrificing, always eating out with the family for making home meals at home and eating less and eating light, versus going out and seeking the validation, seeking the comfortability of being around others and being everything else. It's just trade-offs at the end of the day. And weight loss doesn't have to be this daunting thing where we are looking at it like, oh, I have to do this every day of my life. No, weight loss is just a period of time where you are doing what's necessary for your body to adjust, to get smaller, to get stronger, and to be overall better. The two biggest things to take away from this story, if you got to this point in the video, is one, right? Regardless of where we are on our journey, the focus is never on the scale. The scale is just a number at the end of the day. When we are on this journey to better ourselves, we have to look at other things aside from the scale, which is, is my body getting stronger? Am I getting better? Right? And it's very cool that the guy realized, and I know he was writing the story, he had that aha moment that I don't have to worry and stress myself about the scale or the number. I want to be athletic. What I'm chasing is athleticism. Instead of focusing on the negatives that I'm not seeing the weight, I'm not seeing the progress, I'm seeing it through my strength. I'm seeing it through the things that I'm able to do. And that's, at the end of the day, what a journey of bettering yourself is all about. It is the end result outcome. From where you started to where you are now. And the things that you're doing to get to that point. You know, you could sit here and be like, hey, I'm going to eat less and eat light, and I'm going to go on a little bit of walks, but it only gets you so far. The guy decided to do weight training. He decided that I want to be athletic. I want to reach athleticism. I want to use my body more than just the typical average thing that people do, which is, sit around, go to work, sit down, go back home, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. I want to be athletic so I can do more things. I can pick up a run or a race. I can pick up a Spartan race. I can do all these different things that I honestly couldn't do. And that's the amazing thing, that we have to realize that our bodies can do so much more than what we are doing and thinking. We can do so much more if we apply ourselves and if we're willing to do the work and willing to put in the effort. And that's all it ever takes. That the guy realized that, yes, I am overweight. Yes, I'm fat. But you know what? I'm going to change this narrative that I'm living. That, all right, I don't have to be this image of being healthy, of being this skinny person, but I can be this strong person that can do more, and I can continue to reach these goals, and I can see it in my everyday life. Because at the end of the day, when you put your body through strength training, you are putting yourself through a pathway to just be better performance-wise. Stronger bones, a stronger body, posture, all that stuff all translates into everyday things that we do in this life. The second part of this story to think about is the addiction part of the story. And everybody has their vices, right? Whether it's sugar, whether it's alcohol, whether, it's just not saying no to things. And the key to that, as cliche as it sounds, is moderation and finding that sweet spot. Addiction can be a real thing. Addiction can be a thing that can really bring someone down. And if you're someone who's struggling with addiction, regardless of what it is, it's very important to put down the ego and find someone who can help you through it and help you come to terms with where you are in yourself and help you on this pathway to better yourself, to healing your body, to healing your mind, to getting to a point where you can be happy with yourself. But that's a different point. When it comes to living a very healthy lifestyle and wanting to achieve that, and again, when I say healthy is subjective, person to person, right? Healthy is in the eyes of the beholder. So if healthy means you are, going on walks, you're going on runs, you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're mixing things up, and you're happy with that, that's perfectly fine. And you're able to do the things that matter most to you and that you love to do. So going back to the addiction part, right? When it comes to alcohol and exercise, it's all moderation at the end of the day. I'm not telling you, hey, completely cut alcohol, completely cut all this and that. Everybody deserves a good beer. Everybody deserves a good shot, you know. At the end of the day, we are all adults. We all have this life to live, and we're all meant to have fun when it matters most to us. So when it comes to alcohol, it's very important that you remember what the trade-offs are with your goals. You know, you can have 1 or 2 beers versus having 6 to 10. But you can have 1 or 2 beers a night and still reach your goals. It's just a matter of like not overdoing it, not putting yourself in a situation where it's a lose-lose, right? Always do things for win and for gain. And a lot of that is not putting yourself in a hole. So if you're someone who is constantly going out, constantly drinking, but is wondering why they're not reaching their goals, take a step back. See it from a bigger picture. Take your time with things and realize, all right, maybe I don't need to have 4 to 5 or 6 shots. Maybe I could enjoy 1 or 2 drinks. Maybe instead of having pizza with that, maybe I'll get something small, get something light. I can still enjoy the benefits of having a drink, still enjoy the benefits of going out and having fun, but then I'm not putting myself in a hole in the long run. Because if I'm someone who still is working on myself, and when we talk about working on ourselves, we're talking about a long-term portion. It's a long-term vision. When you work on yourself, you are in it for the long run. So start, when you hear a story like that, you start to put it, okay, if a guy like that, right, can come out of addiction, can come out of the worst of the worst, and still find a way to continue on, so can you. It's just you got to find that sweet spot. You got to find what works best for you. And don't be in such a rush. It took a guy a year to lose 70 pounds. Don't think you have to lose that in a week, 2 months, or whatever the case is. Take the time necessary to figure out what works best for you and find that sweet spot in your life. So, again, thank you for watching this story. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments on, anything from what I said as far as addiction, weight loss, or anything that resonates with you with the story. And as always, share it, like, subscribe, and hope to see you guys on the next video. Take care.